I will move on to the next question. Hello, James and sorry, this is for Arts Nagano. Hello, James and Don. I would like to say hello to Don Muraco. I was born and raised in Hawaii, where back in the day he was a household name and sports legend. I worked at a restaurant in Honolulu called Ono Hawaiian Foods, where he was a regular whenever he was back in Hawaii. My question, Don, is about the physical toll on you from the years of wrestling, as actually you were just talking about. Can you talk about your injuries, how you dealt with them in terms of time off or working injured, especially the huge scar from your trap down to your pec muscle? Also, how is your health today and how it impacts your daily life? Mahalo and take good care.
I had my picture on the wall there. It was a hole in the wall. Hawaiian food restaurant in Kapahulu, which is a little suburb right across the street, right across the canal from Waikiki, and it was one of the first true Hawaiian food restaurants. And I used to go there when I was wrestling here, and when I came back, this closed 2 or 3 years ago after being open for years and years. It's fine Hawaiian food, but it was just a little. Oh God, I'm sitting in like my kitchen side room now. It wasn't much bigger than this. You had 8 or 10 tables, 8 or 10, 4-seat. Nobody. And people would line up on the outside to get in and stuff. It was a good food though. Injuries, knees, hips, shoulders, pretty much the rest. Now I'm old. What the hell? I got this a lot of the problems I have. I've seen guys that were down the docks and guys that were just guys that were surfing. Guys I used to surf with. All kinds of health problems. I think if you lead an active life, even if you don't, you maybe get caught in a car accident or get hurt somehow. It just time wounds all heals. It just mounts up. I suppose I can relate a lot of it to wrestling, and a lot of it has to do with being on the road for close to 20 years. But like I said, I did it to myself. I'm in good health. Mentally, not so bad, not so great, maybe. And physically, I don't fly. I don't go to I don't go through airports. I don't want to sit on a plane for five. Because I got to sit on a plane for 5 hours just to leave here. Just to get to Los Angeles, so 5-6 hours, and walk and travel through an entire airport. Which sounds like a marathon to me.
Yeah. Do you ever consider getting on the slow boat and head into the
I
West
thought of
Coast
that
area?
one time. Somebody from Germany wrote me about a personal appearance or something. I said, well, if I ever do a bucket list tour, I got your number, and I'd love to go to Germany. Then use it for an appearance, but just no. I'm the boat. My wife, she's. I make her work now to pay for a horse because I'm a dick. She leaves me alone to be with her horses. So I said, well, you want to do that, you can pay for them. So she's.
Well, you never know. We might get you. We might get you to Europe one day in the future
Yeah.
if your missus ever forces you to. The next.
As soon as Captain Kirk comes over with his teleporter, I'll be right. I'll be right there.
Oh dear me, I say the same thing. I want to go to Japan again, but 16-hour flight. Oh man, couldn't do it. I mean, I can do it, but I tried. I went like the longest time I've ever spent in a between flights and airports was 26 hours, and I thought, right, I'll tell you what I'll do. Like really clever. I'll have a couple of Valium, bang a couple of Valium in. I'll fall straight asleep. It had the same effect as caffeine on me somehow. So all I did was I was wide awake and shaking all the way through
Oh
in
my
the middle
god.
seat, annoying everyone around me, and I couldn't get to sleep. And I was, oh my god, I'm not sure I could ever do a long haul flight again. But I need to give it another year first before I get rid of the bad memories.
What'd you do in Japan?
I stayed in Tokyo for about 10 days. Loved it. Did everything. I went to go see sumo wrestling. Travelled all around. The only thing I didn't get to do was I didn't go to Mount Fuji, which I really wanted to, but it was the last day. You know, I went to a Japanese strippers because you got to, haven't you? Trying to think.
Is that a show? That's like those are like Broadway shows, aren't they? We had a sponsor take us to one time, and I mean, you hear about strip joints and stuff, you know, whorehouses and you know all those places, and you know you go to them just to look. You know, it's too dirty, but you go to Puerto Rico. I don't know. There's a world famous one there, and a couple other, you know, in Denmark, and the women in the windows and stuff like that. They all seemed really nasty to me. But in Tokyo, I went in Tokyo. It was like a Broadway extravaganza with the dancing in the rooms in the back, and you know they won't let Guy Gene in there anyway. So you know you're pretty much. I wouldn't go anyway, but you know, you're pretty much you're pretty much just a spectator. But you know that was another thing. I took picking your job, you know, and how well produced. How you know other places are just nasty and seedy, and but these are you know. Seems like, you know.
The one thing I also didn't do was I didn't go into I really want to go to a Japanese bathhouse, right? But they still won't let people with tattoos in. And I've got quite a few tattoos. Obviously, you can't see them with these. So I didn't do that either. But God, I tell you, best holiday I ever had in my entire life. I
didn't know they didn't let tattoos in there.
Oh yeah, no, they're still I think some are a bit more liberal now, but some of them are still funny about tattoos because it's all about the yakuza and stuff. It's still associated with crime.
All the ones we did were pretty much in hotels and stuff, or you know, probably separate. Because I know a lot of the boys had tattoos. I'm sure, you know, but I don't remember anybody. Yeah, I love Japan. I like Japan for a couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh, if I can, do you know what? I've never had a meal out of a vending machine like it. Oh, some of the. Did you ever get the vending machine meals and the ticket over the? Oh my God, the stuff they can knock up for. Just, you know, I mean, dollars wise, like a couple of dollars, even now is amazing.
A meal and a cold beer, right in the yeah.
Oh,
a couple pulls and you're set. Yeah.
I've gone 10 miles out my way just to have one cold Kirin Ichiban. Man, then just like we get acai over here. They're in supermarkets now and stuff. You can get it, but Kirin Ichiban. There's Sapporo as well. Sapporo beer.
Sapporo, Asahi.
Asahi, and what's the other one? It's
Suntory.
Yes, Suntory as well. The Suntory beer. Oh, God, I'm there now, man. Best holiday I ever had in my entire life. Loved it, man. Absolutely loved it.
The beers are much better there. It's like the English when they're fresh. It's like the Stella. Getting Stella on the East Coast and getting Stella here in Hawaii. You wouldn't even think they're the same beer. Good God.
It's like I don't think people believe this, but like when we're off camera, all we seem to talk about are our favourite beers. Like every week.
I used to have a lot of them. No,
if I ever get to Hawaii, I will promise you, I'll bring like at least a 6-pack of the fresh stuff in cans, and I'll hand it to you personally if I ever get to Hawaii, man.